This is going to help you with homework problem 871. 871 is asking us to solve for x, and right now we have a quadratic equation that is written out in factored form. When our quadratic is already in factored form, then we can just use the zero product property to find x. Remember, if it's written out in standard form, we have to factor it to get it to this form before we can solve for x. So, since it's already factored, all of the hard work is done for us. Zero product property tells us that if I have two things that are multiplying and they equal 0, one of those things has to be 0. So these parentheses means that I'm multiplying x minus 2 and x plus 8. That means either x minus 2 has to equal 0 or x plus 8 has to equal 0. So using that idea, I can now write out two equations. X minus 2 equals 0 is my first one, and x plus 8 equals 0 is my second one. Now I have two simple equations that I can solve. I add 2 to both sides to get rid of the minus 2. That'll cancel those out. 0 plus 2 is 2. There's one of my answers, x plus 2. Same thing here, I want to get rid of the plus 8. I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. That'll cancel out this plus 8. And I get x equals 0 minus 8, which is negative 8. Those are my two answers, x equals 2 and x equals negative 8. Those are the two numbers that if I were to plug them back into my equation and evaluate it, it would equal 0. Since this is a quadratic, these are also the x-intercepts of the graph, or what we call the roots.